everybody, and welcome to the On Wine Fair, the first Italian wines virtual exhibition. On Wine Fair is an international digital event where Italian winemakers share the unique features of their wines with importers, distributors, and retailers in 122 countries in the world. The guest of this webinar is CAMPO SUGHERA. In the next 15 minutes, you will learn much about the winery and its incredible wines. During the webinar, you can write your questions in the live chat, and you can download some documents that CAMPO SUGHERA wanted to share with you. And I remind you that if you'd like to know more about the winery proposal and talk directly to CAMPO SUGHERA, you can book one-to-one video call just by using the link you find in the webinar instruction and the On Wine Fair official page. You can choose the date and the hour you prefer. Now it's time to start, so welcome to Federica Alemán. You can start your presentation and have a good webinar.
Hello to everybody. We are going to see CAMPO SUGHERA today. Just a couple of things on Bolgheri. I don't know if everybody of you know the history of Bolgheri, but Bolgheri was not always famous for the production of wine. It all started in 1944 with the Marquise Mario Incisa della Rocchetta that decided to plant 1 hectare of Cabernet Sauvignon at Castiglioncello di Bolgheri. Castiglioncello di Bolgheri is on top of a hill. It's protected by the sea because in the past the sea was it was thought that the sea was a negative impact on the production of wine. So that's why he decided to plant it on a side of a hill protected by the sea. Sassicaia, which the Marquise Mario Incisa della Rocchetta is the founder of Sassicaia, started in 1944, but the production of wine of Sassicaia, it remained a family wine until 1968, when after different vinification, it started the first Sassicaia to be placed on the market. From then onwards, the history of Bolgheri started. We have 1983, the birth of Bolgheri DOC. We had 7 founders that decided to start and come in Bolgheri to plant hectares of vineyard. In 1995, we have the birth of the Consorzio di Tutela, Bolgheri DOC. And in 1997, we have a German family called Knauf, which is leader in the sector of gypsum, that decided to buy 20 hectares in Bolgheri. And from then onwards, CAMPO SUGHERA history started. In 1998, we have the birth of CAMPO SUGHERA. In fact, in 1997, the family, Knauf, which is expert in soil, and has done a lot of analysis, decided to plant the vineyard. We have 16.5 hectares. In 2001, 3 years later, we have Arnione, which is our Bolgheri DOC Superiore. In 2003, we have Adeo. Our Adeo is Bolgheri DOC. And then in 2004, we have our first white, Arioso, which is 100% Vermentino, a typical grape from the area here. And in 2006, after different experiment and long years of vinification, we decided to do a Super Tuscan with a 50% Petit Verdot and 50% Cabernet Franc. This is very curious because Petit Verdot normally it's used as a blend in very, very little percentage. We decided to do a 50% in some cases in different vintages. We also have done a 70% Petit Verdot because we really believe that our Petit Verdot is magnificent, is a really good Petit Verdot. That's why we have left the Petit Verdot to come to life with a bigger percentage. Our location. Okay, so Bolgheri is situated in Italy, in Tuscany, and you can see from the image of the slides that we are basically in the middle and we are in the center, probably around 40 kilometers from Livorno. The area of Bolgheri is around 1,470 hectares, of which we have 16.5 hectares. So you can see we are small, but even if we are small, we have high standards. Authentic territorial vocation. So we have, you can see from the pictures on the slides, this is our vineyard, and the vineyard has been divided into units based on their predisposition, each dedicated to express a particular nuance of the Bolgheri wines. Campo alla Sughera is a story made of sea and hills. So as I have explained before, the sea in the past was considered a negative influence on the production of wine. Today, the sea, we have proof that actually is a positive factor. In fact, the breezes and the wind that comes from the sea, it's more or less 8 kilometers from our vineyard, the sea. It keeps ventilated the vineyard, and it keeps away the famous fungal disease typical of the vine. And also the winds helps the excursion between the night and the day. And you can imagine in Tuscany in summer, we have high temperature, and our vineyard, they never go into stress thanks to this excursion of night and day. Our soil are very rich. As I said, the Knauf family, which is the owner of the estate, since the beginning, they've done a lot of studies on the soil, and our soil is of alluvial origin. We are protected by the hills, which they can reach 400 meters more or less, and we have the sea at 8 kilometers. Territorial vocation, as I said, our vineyards are divided in 15 micro plots. Let's go and see a bit into details what is this territorial vocation. Okay, so you can see here from the slide, this is our vineyard. So our vineyard is 16.5 hectares, and in these 16.5 hectares, we have 15 micro terroirs. This means that we have gone and studied each hectare of our vineyard, and we decided to plant, for instance, the Cabernet Sauvignon in the area where it can express its best. The goal of the zoning is only one, to collect the highest quality from each micro plot and each micro parcel, and to give to the vineyard the possibility to express the maximum of their properties. We are also a story made of defending the essential. So we are not organic biological estate. We are a conventional estate, but we try to do everything to defend and to go in a natural way. We fight against pets caused through sexual confusion. We do grassing of the rows. We plant legumes in order to give properties to the sand. We have a regular presence in the vineyard. Since the beginning, since 1998, we have been inspired by the Medocaine method. The Medocaine method is a high density. Actually, if you have ever been here, you can recall that our vineyards are very, very close to each other. So we don't have a lot of space between one line of the vineyard and the other. This is because the actual vineyard goes in competition. So the roots, they really go in deep and they get all the good elements. The grapes are very, very small with a skin that it's very robust. This is what we need for the production of our wine. the paradigm of perfection. So we do a triple selection. One selection is done in the vineyard, the second selection is done on the sorting table, and then a third selection is done thanks to a machinery of which was bought in 2017, which detach the less ripe grapes with a movement that it's basically this. The lightness of gravity, our cellar has been built to actually work by gravity. So our cellar is basically divided in 3 levels, and the cellar goes down minus 10 meters above the ground. Every level has a work to be done. So the grapes, they actually falls down by gravity without using any pumps, mechanical pumps. And then we talked about micro plots, and we also do micro vinification with a customized refinement. Passion and dedication. Our enologist, Francesco Gagliardi, it's really passionate. He's been with the company actually since the beginning, and since 2017 he collaborates with the French famous winemaker Stéphane de Ranoncourt. The collaboration with this French enologist is to give more elegance and more finesse to our wine. So it's a collaboration of 4 hands. And all our team is really passionate of what we do. We love our job, so this is really, really important. Positioning. So we spoke about the beliefs, what is different of Campo alla Sughera. This slide is to show you where our wine have a role. So if we start from the entry level, so wines which are less than 10 euros, we don't play in that segment. If we move to the premium, so 10, 15 euros, we have our Arioso, which is our white wine. Then if we go up, we have the super premium segment, 15, 40 euros. Here we have our Adeo, Bolgheri DOC Rosso. Then if we move up, we have Arnione, which is our Bolgheri DOC Superiore, which plays a role in the premium to luxury, 40, 80 euros. And then in the super luxury, so above 80 euros, we have Campo alla Sughera, our super Tuscan. Let's go into details of our wine. So I've spoken about Campo alla Sughera before at the beginning, because some might think, why do they do so much percent of Petit Verdot? This is because with the microplots and going really on an identification of the best soil for the best grapes, we really found that our Petit Verdot is marvelous. For this reason, we have our Super Tuscan with a 50% Petit Verdot and a 50% of Cabernet Franc. This wine needs 5 years in order to be released to the market. In fact, it goes through 24 months of barrique and 36 months in the bottle. I've just placed there an award, but we have many of them. So we received 95 on a ranking of 100 on James Suckling 2012. The current vintage of this wine is 2015. We have produced 1,770 bottles only, and this wine is basically already gone. We don't produce this wine every year, but only in the best vintages. Then we have Arnione, our flagship. Arnione is our Bolgheri DOC Superiore. It's a blend of the 4 of the red grapes that we have. So it's 40% Cabernet Sauvignon, 20% Petit Verdot, 20% Merlot, 20% Cabernet Franc. This wine needs 18 months in barrique and tonneau and 24 months in the bottle. The grapes used for Bolgheri DOC Superiore are the best expression of our terroir. An award that I've placed there, it's 94/100, which we have received from a wine enthusiast in 2008. We have lots other obviously ranking, but I've just decided to place only one there to give you a range of the rankings that we have received. Then we have Adeo, which is our Bolgheri DOC. It's the typical blend of Bolgheri, so 60% Cabernet Sauvignon and 40% Merlot. This wine stays 12 months in barrique and 6 months in bottle. The award, it's 93/100 on Wine Spectator of 2012. The current vintage of Adeo is 2018. I don't know if I said before on Arnione, but the current vintage on Arnione is 2015. And we have Arioso. Arioso is our white. It's 100% Vermentino. I don't know if everybody of you know what is Vermentino, but Vermentino is a native grape from the area. And this is a wine that it's ideal for an aperitivo, ideal for a fish meal. It's very fresh, lots of nice perfume of the Mediterranean Sea. Our touching points, as you can imagine, during this very strange and difficult period of the COVID, we have decided to implement a strong strategy online with a presence on social media. So we are present on Facebook, Instagram, and our idea is really to put a lot more effort on this tool. Then we are present on restaurants and wine shops. We collaborate with the major industry magazine / corporation. So we collaborate with James Suckling, Robert Parker, Decanter, etc., etc. We have a direct sales, so we do tasting here in our estate, and we also sell wine. Our presence today, well, we are present in Italy with a national distributor, and then you can see here where we are present in other countries. Switzerland and Germany are very important. Then we have a very good presence in Russia, Belgium, Netherlands. We are not that present in US, in the Nordics, in Great Britain, in Canada. So obviously our objective is really to try to have a bigger presence and conquer US, Asia and Nordics. We have to increase our presence in Canada, and we are looking for other opportunities in Asia and in Europe. We are a small winery. We produce around 110,000 bottles. You saw that we are present with our wine in a premium to super premium luxury segment. So we are looking for super premium distribution, restaurant exclusive wine shops. So this is obviously what we are looking for. I hope I've been covering all the elements of Campo alla Sughera. It is really important for us to give to you as much as more information that we can with the limited time frame that we have. But for everything, I'm available for any question, doubt, concern, curiosity that you might have on Campo alla Sughera. Thank you very much, and looking forward to seeing you soon, maybe. Thank you.
Thank you, Federica. Thank you so much, and thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the webinar, and don't forget to book your one-to-one video call with Federica. So thank you to Campo alla Sughera and Federica again, and see you on the next webinar on Wine Fair. As we always say, viva il vino italiano! Bye-bye.
Vazon Group, the bridge between research and enology. We develop integrated, synergistic solutions to create new technologies, while always focusing on total wine quality improvement. Beginning with the concept of mild technology, our process philosophy for only creating subtle changes without altering the wine's original and natural characteristics. Throughout the years, we constantly expand and grow our portfolio of enological equipment and products, forever paying special attention to environmental sustainability and wine quality. In conjunction with the use of continually enhanced enological coadjuvants, we rely upon the creation and application of physical separation technique equipment, which we developed under the brand and company Douglas. 1988 Flotation. 1997 Tartaric stabilization by membrane. 2017 Bipolar membranes. A recent upgrade to the electrodialysis unit is the addition of brand new bipolar membranes for acidification and deacidification of musts and wines. Cationic or anionic membranes that enable the precise removal of ions in wine, directly impacting pH and preserving the wine's original organoleptic characteristics. Assisting winemakers around the world to create expressive wines with minimal but essential intervention, we indefinitely pursue the concept of precision enology.